everybody and welcome back. My name's Alison, the online piano and the online violin tutor. Today I'm going to do another violin tutorial for you, and it's Do You Want to Build a Snowman from Disney's Frozen. I've written out the violin tab sheet music for you here, and that will be available for you to download free as a PDF in the link directly underneath this video. I've already done a performance of Do You Want to Build a Snowman, and to see the full performance video of that, click either here above me, or I will link that again in the description bar directly underneath as well, so you can watch the full performance of that. So if you want to learn how to play Do You Want to Build a Snowman, then please keep watching. Okay, so if I just briefly explain tab, or what violin tab is for those of you who don't know or have never seen violin tab before. Violin tab is just a really easy way for folks who maybe aren't so good at reading sheet music just yet, or notated music, or really just want to have a go at things that are maybe a little bit too complicated for them, but they still want to have a go at them. Violin tab is perfect for that, and it's basically where you've got the words, so that the words will help you understand the rhythm, so as long as you obviously know how the song goes, and then the numbers that you have above the words are going to refer to which finger you put down, and then the letters above those are going to tell you what string. So you'll have what string, what finger, and at what point, and that will be the words. If you're looking at page 1 of the violin tab, you'll see in the top sort of right hand corner there's some red writing, and it will say B equals back, which means the second finger should be close to the first finger, and S equals stretch, which means the second finger should be stretched or close to the third finger. Now that's my way of sort of telling you where you're going to put the fingers. So your first finger goes where it would normally go, your third finger would go where it would normally go, your second finger can go in one of two places, either back, or what I call back, which is jammed up or crushed in right next to the first finger, or stretched, which is, it feels like it's being stretched, and that's going to be jammed in or right next door to the third finger. So the second finger can't just go wherever it wants to go, it can't just go down in the middle somewhere, it has to go either next to the first finger or next to the third finger. But because it's violin tab, to save you guys worrying about when or how or whatever, what I've done is just put B and S next to any of the two. So if it's B, if you see a B next to a 2, it will be next to your first. If you see an S next to a 2, it will be next to your third finger. So I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration as to how this tab is going to work. So taking the first line on page 1, for example, do you want to build a snowman? So you've got the third, starting with the third finger, and we're on the D string for most of that. So do you want to build 3 3 3 0 3, and then I've got A, snowman. So I've got for A, for build A, I've got the first finger on the A string, and then snowman is a 0 A, or a 0 and a 1, which is all on the A string. So if I put that together, moving on to the A string. For the second line, come on, let's go and play. So come on, let's go is all on the D string. And play is now on, I'm moving over to the A string for a 1 and a 0. I never see you anymore. So when it gets to any more, the first part of any, you're going to be playing the second finger, and that's back. So that means it's going to be, if the first finger was there, the second finger is going to be jammed up against the second finger. Come out the door. So that's another back second finger. If you just put the second finger down wherever you want, it'll sound like this. So if I go from I never see you anymore, it just doesn't sound quite right, does it? So we can't just put the second finger down where we like, it has to go jammed in next to the first finger. Because that sounds so much better. And then moving on, it's like you've gone away. Moving over to the A. You've got some more back second fingers coming up for the next line. We used to be best buddies. So for okay bye, the second finger is stretched. Now that's really easy to do because you've already got a third finger, and this is all on the D string. You've already got your third finger down. Your second finger just jams in right behind the third finger, and then you can obviously lift it off to play the second finger, and then the third finger comes back in. So that's a nice and easy one to do there. So what I'm going to do now is play the first verse all the way through again, uninterrupted, and I'm going to zoom in really close to my fingers, and hopefully that should help you out a little bit more. And to be honest with you, that's pretty much exactly the same thing. So verse 2 and verse 3 are more or less the same. There's just maybe 1 or 2 extra notes in there to go with the words. You could probably just get away with doing verse 1 more or less, you know, all the way through, and it really wouldn't make, you know, too much of a difference. So that's pretty much it with that. The backing track is available to purchase as well directly underneath. I'll put a link to all of that. You can also purchase the MP3 single of me performing it as well, and that'll all be linked. Everything will just be linked underneath. So go and look underneath the video because there's loads of cool stuff there. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.